Jambo Jambo. Welcome from here in Kenya. I'm in the coast province of Kenya in an area called Diani Beach, which is about 30 kilometers or so from Mombasa, the city which I have been visiting mainly during my time here on sabbatical. So, hello, and here's an update. I've been promising updates. I've recorded this one so far about 3 times, and every time I seem to get longer in my waffling and in my excitement about all that I've learned and all that has happened in my few weeks here. Mombasa was unexpected. Kenya was unexpected, I should say. The invitation came from my friend in Voi, which is still in Coast Province, but is actually a 4-hour drive from here. My friend, the Reverend Criswell Moachia, invited me to come, and then I reconnected with a Facebook friend, the Reverend Canon Dr. Martin Orlando, who is the principal of Bishop Hannington College of Bishop Hannington Institute of Theology and Development Studies. So Martin, the principal, has been very generous in welcoming me here to talk to students, along with the academic dean and chaplain, the Reverend Joseph Unjama. And I've had the opportunity to take some lectures and to have some back and forth, some questions and answers with students at Bishop Hannington in both Year 1 and Year 2, which are the years which are physically present in the college. And I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about the assumptions that we make, about what is right and what is wrong, the moral assumption, or rather our morality that is formed so much by culture, and yet so often we ascribe biblical values to it and say, well, this is from the Bible, whereas many things are about what we approve or disapprove of because of the prevailing culture around us. So the conversations have sometimes been uncomfortable, but they've all been good. I've been impressed by the thoughtfulness and by the honesty and integrity of the students here. There is so much I could say, and my last attempt at this update clocked in at about 12 minutes, and I do want to keep it to much less than that. So I'm just going to give a very quick overview of what's happened. Apart from, sorry, I've got an itch because the mosquitoes are out. So essentially, what I've been here to do is to visit with the students and the staff of Bishop Hannington, and also to go to Voi, 4 hours away, and where I was warmly welcomed by Reverend Criswell at his church, St. Barnabas Sophia in Voi. And I preached at the 3 services there at 7 a.m., 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., 2 in Swahili and 1 in English. And they very generously received me, and I was able to offer a slightly different understanding of Scripture, of a scriptural story, which was the parable of the sower. That sounds like a very loud tuk-tuk going by. On the way to that couple of days in Voi, Sabina and I were very fortunate to go on a visit to Savo East National Park, and where we got to see, like you do, lions and giraffe and zebras and impala and buffalo and all those kind of things. It was amazing. Beautiful savannah and a very powerful experience. So apart from that visit in Voi, we've been in this area, Diani, and I've been traveling into Mombasa, which takes an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I do so by tuk-tuk. And those of you who know me know that I love going by tuk-tuk, but it's too far to go all the way by tuk-tuk, so I've been catching what's called a matatu. And I described a matatu as cramming 14 people into a minivan, driving into a sauna, and playing really good playlists very loud. It's all that and more. It's been a real experience, and I've seen things from a very different perspective than I would if I were just comfortably in an air-conditioned taxi into Mombasa all the time, which probably would have bankrupted me anyway. So it's been part of the experience, the adventure of being here in Mombasa, the travels in and out of the college. As I said, everywhere there is a warm welcome, and I'm constantly being asked, when am I coming back, and having invitations to go. The first Sunday I was here, I preached in St. James Buxton. Buxton is right next, or the St. James's is right next to Bishop Hannington, and very warmly welcomed there by Father Lister Akelo. And Father Lister very keen for me to go and visit Malindi, which is a 2-hour drive up the coast. And another time I would absolutely love to do that. Everywhere the hospitality has been wonderful, and it's done without a second thought. Anyone who turns up is offered, in this case, tea and chapati, so that everyone who walks through a door knows effectively that they're wanted and cared for. 2 nights ago, I watched a very good webinar from the Anglican Church of Canada by Pew and Beyond, Neil Mancor, the Dean of St. Paul's Kamloops, was one of the participants in it. And it was actually teaching about hospitality, using some material from the Diocese of Montreal that has just come out about how churches can be more hospitable. To present that material here would kind of be a mind blower, because the question of hospitality never comes up. It just is. And so recognizing that different cultural assumptions, different expectations of how we do and what we do and what we think and who we are has been a real learning process in this past few weeks. It's been a delight. There's so much more I could say, and maybe I will in a later video. This may be my last video, but I might have some time when I'm back in England for a brief stop on the way back to Canada next week. But thank you for your message of support. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your responses. Please do keep in touch. God bless you. And hopefully I'll be able to tell you more soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.